Okay, I am really very lucky to have two esteemed alumni here who took off in the middle of the day from their work, from their wives, and they came here to talk about different things of the school. Jack Levin, Mike Segal, class of 2000, right?
2000.
Class of 2000. So we're going to go back in time many, many years and talk about it. I want you, we're having a little game here, guys. What are these two pieces of art that I have here? What do you think I have here? Let's start with this one. What do you think, Segal?
Does it have something to do with our class?
Yes, it does. Very good. What do you think? What do you think it has to do?
I don't know.
Hey,
I know what this one is.
I knew to ask this one first. Fully.
I would say,
and you are both on this.
I would say it's a picture of our class trip to Israel 20 years ago.
Wrong, but you're close.
That would have been my guess, too.
Right, okay.
Did we gift you something?
You gifted me something, yes. This is what you gifted me 20 years ago. Ah, and your names are on there. This was commemorating the first trip we ever went to Israel of the school. And you guys were so happy with me that you guys said, wow, this is an auspicious thing. And you really gave me a very nice gift. That when they walk into my office, it's the first thing that's in my office. And now that it's so routine in this school, nobody gives me anything. But
it's not easy to get kids to show gratitude.
Right. And so we're going back in time to 1999. And tell me, remember that trip at all? Remember how that worked out? When did we go there? Hanukkah time.
I remember a lot, actually.
Yeah?
I remember being in the airport with Mike, and this is obviously pre-9/11, and Mike pulling a little shtick with security where they asked him, what's in your sunglasses case? And Mike went, boom, and opened it up. That was in the beginning of the trip.
Right.
So that was right in the beginning. I remember Rabbi Lazarowski taking us through the shuk and him helping us haggle for different things.
Right.
I remember Sufganiyot. I remember...
Sufganiyot are jelly donuts that my wife was on the trip. And she said to me, you better go buy them. And we went to the shuk and we bought those big zetzers.
Yeah. I remember that we were basically pioneers.
We were.
We were all on this trip together for the first time. And you could feel it. We were very excited to be doing it. But we were figuring things out as we went along. I guess we didn't know that was so much the case as you knew.
Hey, listen, I just had this thing. I said enough of going to Virginia, and I came to school in September and said, we're going to Israel.
Well, and for a lot of people, including myself, it was their first time in Israel.
Right.
That was my first time there.
Wow.
I think we could definitely tell, though, that it was the start of something pretty big.
It was really and we just went, and now that I know what I know, I would never go during Hanukkah time. Why? Because the weather questions. It could be very nice, or it could be...
We got very lucky. I remember climbing Masada.
Right?
I remember going to Netivot to plant trees.
Right?
We went to the Holocaust Museum.
Right? We even went in the water in En Gedi.
Yeah, we did.
We went in En Gedi.
We went to the waterfalls and the springs.
In December, we're going into these water
I remember
springs.
that.
It was a fantastic. Mike, I remember also something about you on that trip. Do you know what I'm going to say, Jack?
No, but I remember something also about Mike.
Okay. I remember he brought something that nobody else had. Now we all have it. You had a cell phone.
I remember that. Oh, we visited Girlstown?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. And I think we bought them pizza and then they wouldn't let us in, right?
Girlstown is a very holy place.
Yeah.
And that's a orphanage for girls
who were our age when we were there.
Yeah.
right, and the rabbis there get them married, they take care of them, and we visited, and that was a very special,
We bought them pizza and ice cream.
right?
So what I was going to say, though, that I remember about Mike is after Israel, Mike came back wearing tzitzis and a yarmulke.
Really?
Yep. I remember that. You and Micha
Micha Levy.
Micha Levy, another alum from our class.
He's still wearing them.
That was the start of his religious awakening. He's living in Lakewood with how many kids now? I mean,
Yeah, I don't.
The guy learns all day.
Right, he went to Brisk, I think, right?
Yeah.
He went to Brisk
And
Yeshiva.
It all stemmed from our trip to Israel.
Unbelievable. Then, Mike, you came back in another role to my crazy trip. You came as a common folk. How'd you like that?
I loved it actually, and I really enjoyed being with the kids who were just like us. Like they were happy to be there, and they were happy to go along with all of your crazy ideas and go to all the crazy places and explore.
Right. You know, I have to say, of all the things I've done in the school, this is the most important. Taking kids to Israel, putting lasting memories in their hearts is what it's all about. And Jack, you know something? People don't know this. Okay, people do not know this, and I think it's important that we reflect back. Your great-grandfather was the founder of the Trenton Hebrew Academy. He was a holy man. Rabbi Yisachar Levin.
That's who I'm named after.
And Jack is named after his Zaidi, who passed away. And he is the founder of this school. And it's, I guess when he took that picture, Jack, I don't think he would have felt that we would be, how many years later? A lot of years later.
Decades.
I've been here 38 years. I was here.
So many
I bet you this is 60 years ago. 60 years ago that his memory is esteemed.
I hope he's looking down on us now, sitting in this office.
I hope so. I hope he's. You know what he was good about, guys. Do you know what he was very good about?
I didn't get to know him.
He was a great fundraiser. He would go to the market in Trenton and collect money for the school. Things have not changed here, guys, for me. I still go to the market. And I want to tell you a story here about tzedakah and the school and our alumni. This tzedakah box was originated by Mike Segal. He brought it in. He decorated this crazy thing. And he felt that there should be a collection of money from the students who go to davening. Today, I put in $5. You know, we have people today in our davening. 4 people had to say they had Yisker. They were, their families, their parents passed away on this time, and so we did a Kamalei Rachamim, and they put money in the pushka. And Mike has always lived that tradition of tzedakah. He really has, and he's very modest, so he's going to not like me when I say this, but he gives toward this annual drive. But he also sponsors, and you know this, that he sponsors a kid to go on the trip to Israel. He sponsors a poor child who perhaps could not go, and he makes sure that they do go. So, Mike.
And I'll tell you, it wouldn't be that important for me to do that unless I had gone myself.
That's right. That's right. And he does it. He does it. So, Mike, you're a board member. Look into the camera and tell people what they should do during this telethon. For every $1, they get it quadrupled.
I'm going to go out on a limb here and say you should give as much money as you possibly can right now.
That's a limb? That's a limb. Okay. No, but that's what this is all about. I'm very happy to bring back alumni. So people, when you give money or something like that, you don't know what you're giving to. And I think seeing is believing. 2 young men who are very successful in what they're doing, raising Jewish families, helping Jewish causes, keeping Jewish legacies, loving Israel. It's really an honor for me to have these two esteemed alumni here today. So
You know that Mike and I actually, at the end of 2007, 2008, took a trip to Israel together.
oh really?
With another
With
person
Andrew
who
Lax.
was on our trip. Yeah,
Really?
Andrew
We're
Lax.
trying to keep the tradition alive.
Yeah. We just went on vacation for a couple weeks, and
Was that as good as my trip?
very different. It wasn't as structured.
Oh, okay.
I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, it's something that's really, 100% stayed with both of us, and will stay with us for the rest of our lives.
Yeah, it's definitely. But for him and his family, it's important to get back to Israel, and for me, it's important to go back as well. So it's important for me to send kids as much as I can.
This is, sometimes when you do these things, you don't know how they're going to turn out. But for me personally, speaking to alumni like you guys really makes me feel why I must continue. It really gives me the strength, the energy to continue. And they came in, it's 1:15 on a Monday afternoon. They're both very busy. They came here for us.
He said it's supposed to be a national holiday. It's the day after the Super Bowl.
Right. So, guys, thank you.
It's really our pleasure. Thank you.
All right.
Really.
Thank you. And watch this show tomorrow. This is going to be amazing.
I will. Is it going to be televised?
Oh, it's going to be. Hey, it's going to be on YouTube. It's going to be on Facebook. Yeah, I got crazy things. I'm driving her crazy. Deborah doesn't realize that today she's going to tape a part of a basketball game because we want to do a little sports report. So.
All right.
So
Good.
watch that show, man.
I'll watch it.